I ain't listen. This is like this. There's always a better DJ out there than the next. It's always gonna be that. But it's not about DJ. It's about what you're playing, how you transition, how you making it work. So people will look at you like I remember I was in a club and the way I did the transition, I seen people look at me like, yo, this nigga's real, yo. Like it's all about in the song selection that you choose. It's crazy, yo. I love DJing, but this you gotta pay to see this, man. You gotta pay to get this to get this experience, man. You gotta pay these DJs, man. What's the word, fam? Y'all on Garage Talk Podcast. I'm DJ House.
DJ Breeze, what's good?
Yes, sir. And before we get this episode started, this is 11 as we speaking.
11 for already?
11, bro.
All
11.
right, we going.
11. But before we
Steady move, steady move.
Oh yeah, definitely. But before we start, you know what time it is already.
You
Hey,
know.
make sure y'all get y'all glass, put some ice in it, get whatever you drink, your yak, your rums, your gins, whatever you drink. Make sure you take a toast with us.
Tito's.
Make sure you take a toast with us. What's up, bro?
Big up, brother.
Yes, sir. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Well, this gonna be the second part of the DJ talk. You know what I'm saying?
Part
Yeah,
two.
part two, pretty much. Yeah, 100%. Breeze, take it away, brother. What's on your
And it's
mind?
perfect timing for it too, because we been should have did part two, because the first one was kind of short. It's perfect time because the season about to change and all them cookouts, parties, weddings,
That's a fact. That's
bar
a fact.
mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs, and all these things come up very heavy in the summer.
Where you already? And I know you already booked already.
I got books going all the way from June, July, August. I mean, that's one of the
Word.
things I try to touch to let you people know. Whoever your favorite DJ or if you're looking for one, please do not assume you can call somebody the same month of your event and they're just gonna pop up and be there.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Like we do get booked in advance, way in advance. And once it goes on the calendar and I got somebody named there and you ask for that week, yeah, it's I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm gonna try to slide you to somebody else, but I'm probably not what you don't want.
I mean, unless they make the down payment. Now, if they don't make no down payment, you not in the books. Now, if somebody come and you ain't in the
Oh,
books,
absolutely. You ain't gonna.
yeah, you
I'm
gotta
not
be in the
doing
book.
that.
You gotta make the down payment, and then
Yeah.
on top of that, not to cut you off, bro. But once they make that down payment, they're in the books.
Oh, it's
But if
locked.
it's locked, you locked in the books. But if you don't make that down payment, and somebody else comes that's make that down payment before you, they get that slot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
and just in case you think the DJ is being aggressive or telling you something that's not known, it's been plenty times where someone asks, and this, we talking about somebody you know, a friend is asking us, yes, can you do my birthday? Can you do this special event for you? And you will agree months in advance.
hmm
And in all those months, they bump into somebody else. It's like a lower price or a friend of the family or maybe somebody they like better. And you have already told no to other people you can't do it on this date because you booked for this. And I've had that call like, listen, never mind, we got somebody else. Or whatever this excuse was. And now you just unprofessionally pulled the rug up from under me. So for us to protect ourselves and me blocking the date professionally, I'm obligated to you once you give me a payment. No payment, there's no obligation. It's just a conversation.
facts.
You know.
That's a fact. You know what? Hey yo, you know what's so crazy? What I hate, right? So, um, I hate now if you somebody might call extra price, right? But they know you a good DJ. But what they do is they be like, you know what? I can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't like to take payment plans. I like to have somebody make a down payment and then the day before pay in full. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's the down payment for you?
$100. I'm gonna say $100. It depends. You know what I mean? If I'm
Oh
just
no.
if I'm just DJing, okay. If I'm just DJing, it's half half. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like my prices. that I would charge. It's either 100 or 125, depending on the event type. You know what I'm saying? Depends on where I'm playing. If I'm doing a wedding, usually it's half. You know what I'm saying? You got to put half down so that I
So
make sure
you
you're in the
change the
boat.
half from weddings and bigger events to small events is just $100.
No, so $100 for me would be something like a baby shower. That's small. A birthday party. That's small. Now you talk about big stuff, weddings. What is that? Bar mitzvahs, galas. You know, when you're talking about now, if you're saying okay, and this is how I go off of how many people. So if I'm paying for 300 people, now I got to make sure I have the equipment for that. You know what I'm saying? To cover all these different people. So sometimes you got to put you got to have four speakers. You got to fill up the room. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a good amount of square foot of people, or a good square foot in the room, or wherever you're going to be at the hall, or however, you got to make sure you have all the equipment that everybody's feeling that bass. Everybody's feeling the voice of pause. That was crazy. The bass.
Here we
That's
go to
that's that's
pause.
crazy, yo. I'm mad at myself. But listen, it all comes down to the down payment. I will always say half. I'm always gonna say half. I don't know about how you do yours, but it's always got to be
Well, for
half.
me, is the first question is how many people we dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get it up. I mean, and whatever I'm doing, yeah, it's half because if you committed up to $100, people willing to lose $100.
That's a fact.
And I'm just saying you got to make it fair to me because I'm gonna tell you this: if you gave no down payment, you depended, you wanted me there, whatever, and I tell you last minute, which I have done, my early years starting out, I've had situations where I didn't book correct, I didn't do my calendar correctly, and
Mm.
all of a sudden this date's coming up, and I'm like, wow, I'm double booked.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, I think I was double booked for a corporate party, and I just listen. I can't make it, but I'm gonna send this other guy in my stead. And now, of course, they don't agree because they don't have a choice. But now I get the calls afterwards. We didn't like that. We didn't like that particular guy, and he could have been good, but they're looking for angles at this point. So you wouldn't want me to do that to you, right? So it's got to
Mm-hmm.
be what you do to me is fair. What I do to you is fair, and you got to be invested like I'm invested in
Mm-hmm.
your event. So yeah, so half the whole half thing is again, you giving me half for to go on the calendar. Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to make your half 4 payments or 2 payments, that's fine, but it still ain't going to the calendar until we at half.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And honestly, that keeps you from getting canceled because if you already got half done, and I recommend anybody doing a event, trust me on this, it gets pricey at the end. Towards the end, you realize you didn't have this, the decorations, and all these things didn't come,
Mm-hmm.
and now you got this overhead also the DJ. So I kind of feel like I'll be honest with you, most big events I've ever done, weddings, sweet 16s, holiday parties, most of them, yeah, you know who you are who didn't pay in advance. But most of them paid the entire thing in advance to make sure that
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
get it out
done.
the way. Yeah, yeah, 100%, as they should.
I'm gonna tell you, one of the craziest experience I had was I believe this girl turned 21. I do a lot of those and turned
Mm-hmm.
21. And it's my man put me on it. It's like she, what I'm saying, she got a lot going on. She wanted me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Money kind of funny, but I like, just I rock out with you. Just work. I work with you with the price,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Again, I feel like DJs out there, stop cutting yourself short because they're gonna tell you, oh man, it's kind of tight, can't kind of funny with the money, and I'm like, I understand. So I'm like, fall back, whatever you come up with, it cool, because it's like beginning years. I get there, they got a stage built for her to come in. They got crazy decorations, crazy like you could see the money. So you spent money on all these crazy, I mean, elaborate decorations, a custom stage built, 360s, all this stuff, And the one person you want to get a deal to is a person running the party. Because if you lose one of them decorations, the party's still good. And if the cake ain't 5 feet to 6 feet tall, the crazy amount of money you spent on that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was half that size, the party's still going. A lot of things can still go at your party, but guess what? Pull the DJ. And I say that again, stop trying to undercut dude running the party. That's crazy. And again, like I said on part one, say it again, it's us that do it to us. We don't respect each other's business. We look at it like, oh no, you my man. You're my family. You no, this is my business. And
That's a
that's and,
fact.
and that's how you gotta look at it. I got a few on my list that they know who was there for me thick and thin. So yeah, if I could do something for them, I'll do it too now. But you know, most of y'all, I'm gonna support your business, support mine.
I mean, listen, I'm a piggyback on that. You know what I'm saying, Paul? I'm definitely gonna piggyback on
This
that.
guy the pause.
The DJs, you right. Stop low. I ain't gonna say stop low cutting because everybody's a DJ now. Everybody's a DJ. Everybody
Until they ain't.
until they ain't until the real DJ really steps in and be like, all right, this is the way you really supposed to DJ. Everybody's not a DJ. Everybody just listen, Serato, all these different people, all these different companies, they're making it so easy for people to actually DJ. Where we learned off of, which I learned off of, I actually learned off of vinyl. Back in the day, I learned off of vinyl. So there was no laptops. So a lot of these different things that people I can go back and still play on a vinyl. Most people can't do that because and the difference between now is most people use these syncs. Everybody wants to use sync. So that's how and some people still can use sync and still don't know how to fucking translate. I mean not translate, I'm sorry. They don't know how to transition and they still be off beat. So imagine doing that without sync and still being on beat. See, these are the DJs that scratch. Shout out to all the good DJs out there. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna shout y'all out, but y'all know who y'all are. That's who I've been rocking with for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We know a lot of good people, whether you in the industry, whether you um in the clubs, the lounges. I played basically everywhere. Restaurants, clubs, lounges, weddings, you know what I'm saying? But you pay you basically paying for what you get. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, these DJs out here paying, they're actually making $150 for 4 hours. That's crazy. What the why would you want to do anything like that? Why would you want to
That's
put
bar
that
we
much
went to last
time?
time, right?
Huh?
That dude, the bar we went to, what's that? Livingston?
I don't even know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I know it's one of them boys. I talked to one of them dudes, and I think my man told me he was there for about 6 hours and said the same thing. I was like,
If you're not paying, if you're an owner, pay your workers, yo.
no, but it's all good because listen, in the end of the day, you gonna get what you pay for. You pay somebody, lowball them. Guess what? Somebody, you keep doing what you're doing. Stay encouraged, dudes. I mean, if you got to do free, do free. And I'm gonna say that because, especially for the bars, you could do it because you're building your brand. And guess what happens when that brand gets built? And guess when them phone calls come in? That same bar that was getting over just lost a DJ. See, if you stay good at your craft, sometimes you got to get in. A lot of times people get in entitled stage figure if somebody owe them something.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to almost look at DJing same way. Like nobody told you go out and spend the money we spend for our equipment. This is your choice.
Facts.
If you want to get into it, that's your choice. So they're not looking at it this way. But again, when you do this lowball thing, and when my man show up with the busted speakers with scratches on them and mismatch, and it's not a beautiful setup like my man got here, then this what you paid for. When he coming in, got his thing on the picnic table, and this what you want because you didn't want to pay a professional. And on top of that, if a professional establishment, that guy you undercutting, oh yes, you're gonna come there one day and the party gonna be there. He not gonna show up because he finally got a call for somebody who's gonna pay him.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's crazy though.
I put the work in sometimes.
Yeah, you definitely gotta put the work in. It's not to be a DJ. it's fun if you know what you're doing,
Oh, it's definitely fun.
but it's not easy to play for 5 or 6 hours of music. An hour is that's like a minute to most people. 2 hours, 3 hours, and it's about you rocking the crowd. You want to rock that crowd, you know what I'm saying, to the point where you got everybody dancing. Now, to me personally, anytime I'm doing a party, it's very rare that people actually come up and say, yo, can you play this song? Can you play that song? Most of the time, when I'm playing, the crowd is rocking. They're definitely rocking, and it's a lot of it's a lot that goes into DJing. You got to be vocal on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You have to do these different
You're killing me
things
with this
to
pause,
keep
yo.
yo, bro. I listen. In this day and age, you got to say pause to certain things because I don't want people taking it in a
Oh,
different
yo,
aspect.
I ain't gonna cut you,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I meant to say the album, yo, because it's an old album. I swear it's like LL or somebody is like really old and he said it. Cause I did say before that's something new. This whole pause talk and
This
no
shit always
Diddy.
been around though, bro.
Bruh, I'm
It was
when I
just a
when I
different. It
but
was
when I
different
heard him
lingo.
say it, because he said something crazy, and then he was like, pause, I'm like, yo, I did not know it went back far like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you hear more rampant now, like every other thing, but my mind ain't thinking nothing crazy, so I'm not saying pause all the time. Not at
Nah,
all.
nah. Like I said, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Pause. It's it really came back out. I'm shout out to Cam and Mace. It really came back out because when they started their podcast, a lot of the podcasts that was doing it, they wasn't really saying pause. They'd say something that's crazy, and you'll look, you be like, yo, that don't sound right. But you in your mind just thinking about it like, yo, that was wow, yo. But now you
I think
have to say
I
it.
could do a whole podcast on this, bro. It's so many people who's like opposite sides of the spectrum. Like you got an entire side is like we're not saying pause, like at all. And then you got another side of ain't nothing everybody. Ain't nothing everybody. So you got a whole culture with this everything, no Diddy, no homo, pause, and all this other stuff.
Nah, you
Everybody in on that.
no, you're right. I mean, you gotta feel comfortable within yourself. You know who you. I mean, of course. Listen, you know you a man. You know what to expect when you say certain things. You know what to expect. I don't want to get off the topic of the DJing joint because honestly, the pause game is once you start playing, and then once you say you not playing, you're actually playing. You know what I'm saying? And the shit is actually it's fun and it's funny
I laugh at
certain
it.
things. You know what I'm saying? Like you can they sometimes they got a whole sermon or a whole episode on pause on YouTube, which is funny to me, and I have a ball just listening to it. And some people don't really mean nothing by it, but it's the way they say it.
Every time I see it, it's kids, bro. I do not
Nah,
see.
these adults, bro.
Nah,
These adults. These
nah.
these is 40s, 50s. You certain things, yo. If you even if you listen to some of the stuff that Biggie even said, go back and wow, I forgot what song it was. But you go back, even Biggie was saying some things that Biggie was saying some joints like, and you like, yo, pause. Even some rappers, some
No,
say, yo, they say some crazy stuff.
Biggie said a lot of stuff to make you say pause.
Yeah, word,
I
word.
seen
And that's one of
somebody
my
was
favorite rappers.
connecting the dots of everything going on. Like, yeah, he said some stuff that I just would never say out my mouth at
Yeah, no, that's a
all.
fact. That's a fact. I think one of the things he said, he was like,
The girl
he's
looked so good that he would do something to to her father's.
yeah, say the whole joint. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, I'm not
Girl
saying
look
that.
girl look so good. He said that make you want to suck on your daddy's dick or something to
That
that
part.
extent. Yeah, to that
Yeah, yeah.
extent. Of
Ain't nobody
course, yeah.
and nobody looked that good though. Let me tell you right now.
I mean, I know they was in the background saying pause. Whoever's in the studio with him, he heard that.
Again, I don't
Lil
remember
C's.
nobody saying pause when they
Hey,
came
shout
out.
out to Lil C's. I know you had to say pause or you had to look and be like, yo, that shit crazy.
And
I
Lil
already
C
know it.
sat back at that check.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. But listen, we don't want to take away from the DJ joint. I don't want to cut off the pause. I don't want to get too much into it. I know you might, you don't like me saying it, but I say it because I gotta protect myself. I feel like that's protecting myself. You know what I'm saying? But to get back on the DJ standard of what we expect as DJs, you spent a lot of money on your equipment. You know what I'm saying? You spent a lot of money. You spent thousands of dollars. Um, if not tens of thousands. I mean, yeah, tens of thousands on your equipment. It's not. It's expensive, man. That's the reason why we charge. You gotta think about it. Most of the time, when if we charge, we might charge somebody if it's for 4 hours. We might charge them $400. You gotta think about it. Speakers alone, depending on what speaker you got, could be ranging from 500 on up. So if something breaks, and now most DJs should have insurance on all of their equipment. I have insurance on all my equipment. I have insurance on all my equipment. I know you do too.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I have insurance on all
Well,
my
well,
equipment, bro.
certain things, and this is a tip for DJs out here professionally, and honestly, you people planning parties. If you plan a party, you are liable for my equipment. Now, the way around that is the DJ insurance. You can get insurance for the particular one event. And crazy enough, the insurance is not bad. It's like $50, $75. Nothing crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'll put you deal with that. So what happened is if you do an event, whatever I'm charging,
Mm-hmm.
I call my insurance company. Mind you, this is not I gotta pay every month. This is per event. So I'm doing this event at this place, and they tell me what to charge for that. Again, it's always like $50, $70. And so whatever the price is, you're gonna add $70 to your side of it. Not me, because I don't gotta pay for it. That
Yo, I'm sorry not to get off the subject or nothing like that, bro. But I got a quick question. Not a question. I got something that I just learned. Uh, what was that? What was that? What was that? That site? Not the site. Yeah, it's a site, but to download music. What was that site that you put me on?
oh my man. Shout out to Franchise Records.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
franchise
and my
record.
man, if you look on, we're gonna send this to you.
Yeah, yeah,
Because a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
person was we don't want to say the site, but it start with a Y. He had a problem, but he over a franchise right now. That's the next thing too for
Yeah,
DJs.
yeah, yeah. Video Duke is down right now.
But honestly, I learned that through the boys too. It's just that a lot of people don't realize that's another fees we pay for. The research time, the record pools, to get the music. This is not free. And
No,
people don't realize the time, the effort. It's a lot.
but
Don't offer nobody. Don't offer nobody $100. Stop it.
yeah, stop that. That's
Stop
crazy. But listen, you know what I was getting ready to so I was
play a Bluetooth.
yeah, I was just getting no Bluetooth ain't the same. But listen, when
Nah,
no,
you ain't got
listen,
no money. Play Bluetooth.
yeah, no, that's a fact. But this is now if you have no
But take
money,
the
don't
kickback.
have a party. Don't have a party. Wait till you get money to have a party. If you ain't got no DJ, there's no party.
No, you can have a party.
Who-
You have a party.
Who gonna sit?
With Bluetooth.
Let me ask you this question.
It ain't the same.
Oh, okay, let me. Yeah, it's not the same. Let me ask you a question.
Well,
right?
take the kickback.
Okay. Yeah.
Take one of them
alright,
dresses
look,
you changing
look,
it to.
Look. So when I reached out to your peoples, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, I mean, he
You
cool,
talked to him?
yeah, cool dude, real cool,
Did I tell you?
real cool dude. Down to earth. But
Franchise Records.
something he put me on was, it didn't get to this part of town, New York, New Jersey, all that other stuff. But I know that he was telling me they hit Cali, but after a while, all you DJs out there is gonna have to get DJ license, and the DJ license is $1,200 a year. So all these, if you ain't really doing it the way you supposed to do it, and you ain't out here really making a statement, yo man, you gonna have to end up selling all your equipment because you got to pay that $1,200 to have your DJ license, and most of these venues are going to actually make you have that. And insurance. It's gonna be insurance and licenses. Oh yeah, they already asking for insurance. I have insurance. I have insurance also, but the license that's $1,200 a year. So I'm putting all you DJs that feel like you DJs and you want to DJ, you gotta have a license. But the venues, it's not so much the venues that's going to. They're going to. It's the people. I guess the people that's in charge of the licenses that's going to actually start tapping in on a lot of these
That's just
venues.
more trick for them to get some money from
Yeah,
us.
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, it's a fact. I
Make
mean,
no
if
mistake
you
about
got
that.
to see if it's worth it. I'm going to purchase it because I know that booked and busy. So I know I'm gonna have to do it. Unless you're doing a backyard, like I do everything. You know what I'm saying? I know you do a backyard cookouts, uh, weddings. You know what I'm saying? But like you said before earlier, we this is about to get started getting back to that hot heat. So everybody want to have them cookouts. You want the right equipment. You want everything to sound
Hey,
good.
yo, and don't put me in your backyard in some crazy area. Give me some room, put my tent for that sun, burn my equipment.
I don't work on dirt. We ain't doing no dirt. If it ain't on concrete, don't book me.
I'll do it dirt.
I'm not doing no dirt. All your stuff come back all muddy, dirt. Unless you family. Like if you family, of course I might go ahead and make an exception. But I ain't listen. This is like this. There's always a better DJ out there than the next. It's always gonna be that. But it's not about DJ. It's about what you're playing, how you transition, how you making it work. So people will look at you like I remember I was in a club and the way I did the transition, I seen people look at me like, yo, this nigga's real, yo. Like it's all about in the song selection that you choose. It's crazy, yo. I love DJing, but this you gotta pay to see this, man. You gotta pay to get this to get this experience, man. You gotta pay these DJs, man. Shout out to all my brothers, man. Nugget, Bobby, Wale. I mean Wala. Damn, I'm bugging. I'm tripping. Wala.
Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa. Damn.
So the
you had
Jersey DJ.
yeah.
That's where we
DJ
at.
Tory. It's mad
Tamil.
DJ. Yeah. Taking it all the way back to VOD days. You know what I'm saying? Like we had fun, man. Like it was
Let's
crazy.
switch it up a little bit. What do you think about the back in the day music versus what we got like rocking now? What you think about that?
I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, back in the day, it was lyrically wise. Now everybody's listening to the beat, and to be honest with you, Afro beats is taking over. Afro beats is actually taking over. Um, Afro beats is on point. I love playing Afro beats. It gets the women winding, it gets the women dancing. Even you get some of these guys out here, Jersey Club. People don't really listen to rap no more, man. Like not like how it used to, because you when you listen to rap, it was something that you was going through, and they was actually speaking. They was actually speaking what you was going through. Nas, Tupac is my favorite rapper, bro.
So what was you listening to when Hammer was out? What was you going through?
I didn't really listen to
I
MC.
see. I think what
I didn't
happened is
listen
as you grow, your memories start lapsing, and you don't realize a lot of things don't change. You know, I feel like when I wait way back in the day to now, less less accessibility to the internet, less accessibility to a lot of
that's a fact.
nonsense.
That's a
So
fact.
this had people really creating, like those the producers back then.
Mm-hmm.
These guys were getting actual jazz records, like and creating magic. I mean, rock. Look at Run DMC. This was rock records, and they
Mm-hmm.
was scratching up and creating beats with it. Almost now, like right now, honestly, Jersey Club they do it a lot. They take some song that's like meant to be straight R&B
Oh,
or
crazy.
80s, and they can turn into something
Oh yeah.
very. And so I think the production back then, these guys were much hungrier, very creative. I'm not saying people are not creative now, but the difference back then, every artist to me needed to have their own personality.
Yeah, but on another flip, we talking about then what was I just talking about, bro?
Difference between back in the day
Oh
and
yeah,
today.
this between back in the day and so I to me the genre of nowadays and back then is totally different. But you know that's what I'm getting to ask you. Who is as a DJ when you in the clubs? Who is your best that you will rock with? That's coming out with hits that you like, yo, he rocking. I'm gonna give you mine first. I'm gonna say the baby, right? The baby, he got a lot of that fat song, shake something. Masterpiece. He got some little hits as clubs that I will rock to. That'd be like, yo, and females. You got some of the guys out there, they dancing. We try to bring dancing back. That's the main thing that was popping back in the
That's
day.
what the craziest thing about it was. So I don't want to know your question as far as new artists.
Yeah,
I mean,
who your new artist that you would rock with? If you had to play music,
I
at
mean,
a 20-year-old, if a 20-year-old.
No, I mean, first of all, depends on the culture of the kids I'm playing for because they all like different stuff. But I mean, be honest with you, after all this stuff we said, the most consistent artist who will have new material that's kind of all genres is Drake. If he got club, he got reggaeton, he got hard rap, he got R&B stuff. So
he got a country song.
I don't know if you're going for
Beyonce.
Yeah,
I'm probably wild. Yeah, that's wild.
But even when you said the baby, Kyle Rich kind of killed him because that Kyle Rich dude have like mad those type of rap but club Jersey beat vibe type stuff. So
Oh well, I mean, listen, man. I rock if the crowd is feeling it, I'm playing it. You know what I'm saying?
No, but when even with this whole Kendrick and Drake thing that came up with, and I'm listening to these goofy people in the comments with all this nonsense, like they just like rap connoisseurs and aficionados. I'm like, what are you talking about? First of all, most of the rappers have had writers and producers do part of their song, some verse, some hook. A very few of them had the 100% of the song theirs. This is how it was. And some of you dudes have never stepped foot in the studio watching an actual production. But for all the artists out there, they notice when you're in the studio, if I'm doing my song right now and I wrote it, there's nothing wrong when I'm doing it. If you, my man, came with me, you might say, yo, this part sound better right here.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I didn't write my song. So they need to kill with that thing. And I'm just a fan of music. When we said and done, rap to me to sell, you got a certain amount of rap that's like the hood, the struggle, like you connect with them stories, right? But when it come down to, we not coming out the party to talk about our struggle, and that's why party songs and rap have always been the top sellers. That was that song, Hotel Motel. That's back in the day. There was hard songs back then, but guess what? The popular ones are still going to get played. That one.
R. Kelly. I'm still gonna play R. Kelly regardless.
I'm talking about rap right now.
He made rap. Shit, R. Kelly was on rap.
The R&B dudes who was rapping on the album like R. Kelly and Bobby Brown. That's kind of.
Oh, Bobby! I forgot about Bobby Brown. Oh yeah,
they rapped on the album, and then I think mid '90s is when rappers start jumping on the R&B songs and making them sell. And then one day they woke up and just killed R&B.
I don't know, but they're trying to. The young. It's crazy because it is the younger generation that's actually trying to bring back R&B too. So I don't know. I don't know. You see all these people. When you see them, you don't really see them.
R&B is never coming back. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why? Because R. Kelly's locked up.
That's gonna be my clip. I'm gonna tell you why.
That's gonna be what? That's gonna be a segment number 3.
I'm gonna tell you why R&B won't come back. Y'all quote me on this. You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Where do all them R&B artists come from?
Here.
All them R&B artists came from church. See, back then people had something to.
No, Michael Jackson wasn't in church like that.
You think Michael? Listen,
and that's king of pop.
I didn't say all of them now, and I don't know it to a fact that Michael Jackson didn't go to church, because where I'm from, most black families, you went to church at some point. And the talented R&B artists, and Michael Jackson is pop actually, but the talented R&B artists, most of them is from church. How many of these kids coming out now from church?
None. Yeah, you got a point with that one.
Their talent level is, listen, when they turn off those voice add-ons and all that other stuff they got added to them, nah, it ain't good.
That's why T-Pain turned his off, because everybody started following him.
Well, T-Pain can actually sing.
Yeah, he can actually sing. And it was too many people. It was too many people trying to be like him. So that right there. But
he's from the South. He church.
But he and it's crazy because no shots out. Gorilla she's very attractive. She's a very attractive, but I wasn't really listening to her until actually T-Pain dropped that song with him and her, and that would make me even listen. I was listening to her, but I wasn't really paying attention to her as much as I should have. But she got the hits, and she's all over the radio. She's doing her thing. She's looking good. Shouts out to Gorilla. Gorilla. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, she's dope. She's dope now. But T Pain is he made her blossom. He made her blossom, if you want to say it like that. Blossom or blossom, however you want to pronounce it. You know, because you got your country version, you got your down south, you got your New York version, you got your Jersey version, however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, that was dope.
All right,
That was dope.
See, I said the thing about church. You got to answer that.
I,
You going
I
to
said that you
you
was
going
right.
back?
I said
We
you was
were
right.
from R&B to
There
Gorilla.
no, what I'm saying to you is that's right, but we were just talking about T Pain. So what I'm saying to you
I
is
ain't worried about no Gorilla. You went for like the worst example there is.
no, I wouldn't
That's
say
no talent. That's just finding a girl who's willing to talk a lot of crap. And no diss to her, because anybody find a way to get a bag, I salute him.
sex sells.
But we talking about talent here and what
Okay,
happened
yeah,
to our
no,
music.
you're right. But that yeah, you're right. That
And you said Gorilla.
no, I was trying to say about T Pain and how he bringing artists out to the forefront. How he was a one that used those animated voices, but then he actually really can sing. Now he stopped because most people was actually trying to mimic him. Now he stopped it, and now you got some of the artists is now they're trying to use their regular voices now, but he they don't give him enough credit the way they should. But when I get what you're saying about the females or the guys that was up in church. Listen, you got the Whitney
I'm
Houston.
saying where talent came from.
Yeah, the church. Okay, and I get it. The
And
church.
as a matter of fact, when you was in elementary school, do you remember them handing a pamphlet out to you in school?
Yeah,
Talking to my old heads right now.
yeah,
Other than the ring book, other than the book with the jackets, they actually came around once in a while with this thing you want to join the music, the band.
yeah, yeah.
And a lot of them parents couldn't afford them instruments.
No, you're right.
But you notice a lot of them artists, the producers, the LA Face and all them, guess who parents put them in them bands? This was, you listen to, play them hits that Babyface them came out in some of these bands. These are musical artists that started in school and church. And when you ain't doing actual instruments anymore, actual church, actually really singing, coming up in front of a crowd, then you're just doing this new computer thing and it's boring. They all sound the same.
No, it's a fact. Damn. I mean, it's something to think about. Definitely something to think about. But yeah, that's something to think about, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Church really brought a lot of people out. Whitney Houston, damn, her voice was amazing. Luther, yeah, you're right. Like a lot of them was amazing, and that's the reason why I still play them as a DJ now, is because those are songs that matter. They said something, and when they said something, you felt it. You could relate to it. That's music was back then, and you could relate to something. You could be going through something. It's like going to church, and then you're going through something, and the pastor actually is he's doing a sermon. You feel like he's talking to you. So it's like running parallel with the music. So it feels like they're saying something to you. Now,
Well, the choir did that before the pastor even got up there. Even the choir can
no,
have good tears.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say no. I'm not gonna say the choir.
You never.
I would never say the
You
choir.
never heard inspirational songs from a choir?
They're singing songs that was already a freedom, like a freedom kind of a freedom song from back in the day, that when we was going through all of the slavery and all the other stuff. They're singing
What
songs
church
from
you go
back
to?
then.
Arkansas?
No, I'm just saying, but
They
it's a
wrote
fact.
songs, bro.
But it's a difference with someone actually. It's you get a different feel from the preacher and somebody singing a solo song.
Oh, no,
You
I
feel
get
it's
it. I'm just
actually
saying-
coming to you in a different perspective.
I'm just saying, before the pastor got up, maybe you had like a Kirk Franklin type with a nice song. Get music.
Man,
Gets
Kirk Franklin out here
listen,
wilding.
listen.
Kirk Franklin ain't Kirk
Music,
Franklin like back in the day.
music get through to you a lot quicker than talking. Just until you know. And I'll be honest with you, I ain't dissing nobody, but I'm just saying, when I went to church, I sung in the choir, and I actually experienced the music. But the preacher got up. If it wasn't my actual pastor, I'm going to sleep. I'm
No,
telling you.
no, you're right. I
Telling you.
mean, look. I mean, I ain't here to. I can't debate with you on that one. All we saying to you, well, listen, we can
Just
go. We
talent, just
yeah,
talent level. That's where it came
yeah. That's
from.
a time that yeah. But we gonna get back to the DJing joint. We ain't gonna hold y'all too long because it's definitely gonna be another episode on DJing. Basically, this is what we starting from is the DJ talk with both DJs. And we definitely want to shout out to my man guy that pulled up on us too. Uh, he DJs a little bit also. So when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? We all we play music that can relate to the crowd. So it's like running parallel of you in church, whatever, however it go. But we got more episodes to come talking about DJing and what we expect. And we're definitely going to have different guests on the podcast that's actually in the DJ world that's out here pounding the ground, pause, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we got more to come. Um, as always, we always let Breeze get that final thought. And if he ain't got nothing else to say about as far as what else you got to say, bro? Talk to me. Talk to us.
Make sure you book us in advance, like I told you before. Support your local business, black business, not just the DJs. Respect the craft. And if you want professionalism, then you present yourself professional when you're dealing with it. That's all.
That's a fact. You heard it from the man DJ Breeze. You know what I mean? You heard it from the horse's mouth. If you book this man, make sure you book him in advance, man. Don't wait till the last minute. He's a great DJ. He'll make sure your party's on point. Yeah, his equipment is great. Vocals, everything is great, man. Make sure you go ahead and you get this guy booked. For all people that know the way I rock, you already know how to get in touch with me. Um, ain't no secret, you know what I'm saying? Instagram, YouTube, we on all different platforms. So if you need to reach out to us, we're more than welcome to help you out. You know what I'm saying? If the price is right. You figure deal. Um, and he got that final thought. And my final thought is stop charging these DJs, man. Stop low cutting yourself because what's happening is that you're messing up the whole industry, the DJ industry. It went from 100 good DJs to now 300,000 DJs, and half of the DJs don't know nothing that they're doing. They're just going off of these boards and they're just playing with the boards. If you really a good DJ, bounce back to vinyl and you see what DJ is really about. If you ain't really learned the basics of where it really started from, learn your roots. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be my final thought.
We out.
We out. DJ House is in the building,
DJ Breeze, easy.
and we out this bitch. Let's get it.